Middle of the night has awoken them with the message they dreaded to hear. The king's soldiers are coming. For the past year, the patience of the people of Massachusetts has been pushed to its limit.
Parliament has taken away our rights, and the king seems not to hear us.
They have had the audacity to shut down Boston Harbor and put many good, honest men out of work.
They have filled our courts with corrupt, crown-appointed justices.
And they have insulted us by limiting our right to hold town meetings. How can a government not be answerable to its people? Are we not British subjects too?
Fearing that they may be forced to defend themselves against the king's soldiers, people have amassed a vast stockpile of military supplies in towns across the colony. Ammunition, food, arms, enough to equip an army of 15,000 men. Large quantities are stored in Concord. The king's soldiers are now marching from Boston to seize and destroy these supplies. Fortunately, a spy has warned the colonists of the army's plans, giving them plenty of time to remove and hide the weapons. 6:30 a.m. The Concord and Lincoln militia companies await the king's regulars. As they do, they receive shocking news. Shots had been fired earlier in Lexington, but no one is certain what has happened, or if anyone has been killed. A shiver runs through the men in Concord. Will shots be fired here too? 7 a.m. The king's soldiers arrive, about 700 strong, marching down Brooks Hill.
The sight is terrifying to us. They make a noble appearance in their red coats, the sun glistening on their bayonets.
Parties of regulars scour the town of Concord, looking for weapons and supplies.
This is my dwelling house. What right have you to be here?
In order to search this house for us.
They find precious little. Meanwhile, other regulars are ordered to search Barrett's farm just outside of town. On the way, they pass over North Bridge. Some soldiers are left to defend it. By this time, the militiamen have taken a position on higher ground, overlooking the bridge. With the arrival of the Bedford and Acton militia companies, their number now stands at 400 strong, including some black slaves. The men wait nervously and wonder what to do next. About 9 a.m., smoke is spotted rising in the distance. It appears to the men that the regulars have set the town on fire. And a cry goes out.
We let them burn the town down.
Indecision turns to resolve. Colonel James Barrett gives the order to march upon the bridge, but not to fire first. Company officers pass the word.
Company, hi man, load.
As the militia march down the hill, the regulars quickly retreat back across the bridge to safer ground. The opposing forces draw closer. The faces of the men betray their fear and anger. For many, on both sides, it will be their first taste of battle. Major Buttrick issues the fateful command.
Fire! For God's sake, fire!
At least a dozen regulars fall. 2 are killed instantly, and a third will die later. Then, to the utter astonishment of the militia, the world's most powerful army panics and runs. That afternoon, militiamen continued to stream in from across the countryside, outnumbering the British force. As the King's soldiers attempt an orderly march back to Boston, these men lay waiting. The fighting only intensifies until any semblance of order collapses into chaos. As combat turns to carnage, the blood of both sides staining the fresh spring grass. By nightfall, 73 regulars lay dead. 49 militiamen have also been killed. Both sides are stunned by the horror of Englishmen killing Englishmen. But the cache of hidden weapons remains secure and ready to be used. The alarm continues to spread as towns across the colony answer the call to arms. Within days, 20,000 militiamen surround Boston.
We have no desire for our troubles to come to this, but we will never submit to tyranny. We appeal to heaven.
There could be no turning back.
In time, a bloody revolution would follow, culminating in the birth of a new nation, founded on a belief in liberty, and inspired by the bravery of the militia on that fateful morning of April 19th, 1775.